So the first thing you want to do when replacing the driving belt is take off the positive cable on your battery. So I unscrewed this bolt right here. I'm gonna take this off and leave it just right here. Now you want to take off your positive cable on your battery because when you are doing the belt replacement, which you might be able to see, but there's part of the belt right there. You want to make sure the engine doesn't turn on randomly because it might cut your fingers off when you're replacing the belt. Now you're gonna want to chalk up your van just in case it starts moving while you're doing this. So I just have these. The next step to do is to undo these lug nuts. Don't fully unscrew them, just keep them on loose because you want to make sure the tire doesn't fall off while it's on the ground. Now after you're done unscrewing, you want to make sure they're loose like this, but don't take them off fully. Today I'll be using the jack that comes with the vehicle, and these are your jacking points. So there's one hole right there, and then there's the other hole right there. So you want it in between these two holes. As you are lifting your vehicle, you want to be constantly checking that you're still under those two little dots. And you want to be sure that nothing's bending or nothing's making any weird sounds. So constantly be checking while you're lifting. So I did just finish lifting up the tire. See, it's floating off the ground. And I was doing this, I was making sure it's in between. There's one hole and there's the other. Now I advise you get a jack stand, but I don't have one. But if you do, I would put it on something strong like this subframe back there. Since I don't have one, I'm just gonna put this lever. I'm gonna leave it down on here because if it does spin, it's gonna spin this way. So this is kind of stopping it. But again, I advise you get a jack stand. I'm gonna take off all these lug nuts. Now I'm gonna take off the tire, and I do have the last lug nut, so I'm gonna show you how I actually take off the tire. So here I am undoing the last lug nut. Put it to the side. Now you want to grab it from the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. Then you want to kind of pull towards you. Now you have your tire, and you want to move to the side. And then try to actually, for safety reasons, try to put it under your brake rotor if you can. So this is what my tire looks like. Again, I'll put it under the lower control arm for safety reasons. This is the plastic you want to take off. There is a clip right there. And then there's a bolt right there. And there is another bolt right there. So what I'm using is a 10mm with an extension. And these aren't really tight, so you can undo them really easily. So I got that one undone. And then I'm gonna do this front one. So again, I'm putting it on here. And again, this is really tight. But anyways, I'll put this on later. But I want to show you you want to be careful with all these lines that are over here. So you don't want to damage any of these because these are your brake lines, and it's probably not going to be fun if you break them. This little pin is kind of hard to get out because, as you can see, looks like this anyways. So it's going to be in this hole right here, and what you want to do is you want to get your fingers here and here, and you want to kind of start pulling on it. And don't be worried, this is pretty strong, but as you get more grip, you want to get closer to the pin itself, so like this. And using one hand on here, one hand in here, you want to just keep on pulling and tugging left and right until this pulls out. And then you also have another pin right here, which again, you want to pull and tug. Try not to break any of these plastics. I did just pull out this plug right here, and it's going to be in this hole right here. So after I take it out, you kind of want to wiggle it around, and then there you go. I pulled it out. And then there's your belts system, and I'm going to teach you how to take it off. So I have my torque wrench as an extension, but basically what you want to do is you want to attach into that hole right there. This is your tensioner. So I attach, and then I want to pull up. So as you pull up, now again, watch out for your radiator hose. You want to pull up, and then as you can see, it's loosening. So with my other hand, I'm gonna grab the belt. You see the pulley with the rust bolt? You want to grab the belt from there. As you can see, I slightly took it off. So I'm gonna take it off all the way. And again, make sure you see where you look at how this belt goes. So you want to put it on the same way. So I have just taken off the dry belt. You can see there's no belts on there. And if I do find it, I'm gonna find a picture of actually how this is supposed to look like in the car, so this helps you out. And so here's my old belt. I'm gonna inspect it, and it does actually look pretty good. there isn't any cracking or tearing, which is good, but it's been over 8 years, so it's probably time to change this belt. So I'm gonna change it. Or my belt. So you start from this puller, you go up, and then you go, there's that little puller right there. And you go from that puller to your alternator. Then from your alternator, you go to your AC puller. And then right here, then you go up, and you kind of want to leave it, dangling over here. And then after that, you go down from here, you go down, and then you put on your tensioner. So then you pull your tensioner, your thing up again. So this is loose, and then as that's loose, you kind of want to wiggle it onto this puller. And this is the only puller that's smooth, so this should be the one you're trying to pull the belt on. If you try to pull on these have a lip, so it'll be hard to actually put it on. So if you're having a hard time, remember, try to pull it on top here. And this took me probably about 30 minutes to do, to put this belt on, but yeah, this is what it looks like, and I'm going to show you put it all. You go up to here, and then from there you go to your alternator. Then for your alternator, you go to your AC pump. And then for there, you put the pulley. You don't actually put it on, just kind of leave it here. And then also, you want to be careful from all these cooling lines. And then after that, you put it onto your big pulley, sorry. And then you pull it over here. And then you make sure you put it in between here. And then you release this, so it'll be facing down like this. And as it's down, you want to put it up on this smooth one. So you want to kind of lift it up and put it up here. Just put the cover back on. And you kind of want to slide it up and then down. So I'm going to attach these 2 bolts first, and then I'll show you to put the plastic clips back in. Now what you want to do for pushing these pins in is you really just want to hold it from here, and then as you're holding it there, we'll use the other thing to push this. Same thing with this one, so I got it into that small hole I was talking about. See how there's the big one. Don't want to put in the big one, put in the small one. You'll see it beside, and you just kind of, there you go, push it in. So I put that bolt in, other one over there, the little pin that's right here, the pin here, and so give it a little wiggle, make sure nothing comes off. And now you are done with putting this back together. Now you have to install the tire. Installed my tire back on, and what you want to do, so you want to hold it with your shoe or your hand, and then as you're holding it, you want to screw in one bolt on the top, and then grab another one, hold it, and then screw it on the bottom. When you do fully install these, you want to make sure that these are all being tightened evenly on a star pattern. So here, 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 here. And then do them as much as you can while it's still off the ground, and then lower your jack down and do star pattern again. Here, here. Now you're going to want to torque all your wheels to 100 foot-pounds. In a star pattern, of course. And that's it for the torquing. Now what you want to do before you're finished everything, don't forget to plug in your positive cable on your battery. And that's it. Have a good day.